Hello, my name is Abioye. I'm a business consultant. I'll be presenting to you the fast-track business model. It's a business model especially structured for very busy workplace professionals and entrepreneurs to help us improve our cash flow. And not just improving our cash flow, to help us achieve our dreams. I have a very big dream. I have a big dream of living a better life, a very fulfilled life. I don't know what your dreams are. For some of us, it's a brand new car. While some of us, we just want to have a very happy and healthy family. Some of us, we just want to have a home of our own. Some of us, we just want to travel, have a wonderful vacation. Now, the business we're about to introduce you today, it's not a traditional business. It's a lifestyle. It's a business that could potentially help us live a very better life. And our business model has been so structured to help us build a fortune, live well, and most importantly, help others. Now, what steps have we taken to achieve those big dreams of ours? I'm sure virtually everyone watching me right away, we all have our plan A's. Your plan A is anything you do from 8 a.m. to about 5 p.m. That is your plan A. 5 p.m. if you are lucky anyway. But what we have for you today is a plan B, an ultimate plan B that does not in any way interfere with what we do currently. Now, the fast-track business model has been so designed to help us become more financially intelligent. And I would like to use the work of a guy called Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki designed the cash flow quadrant, and he said there are 4 major types of people globally, or we all earn from 4 major streams. For some people, they are in the E quadrant, where we have the S quadrant, we have the B quadrant, then the I quadrant. The E quadrant, for example, the employees. Okay, you know, we're told to go to school, get a good degree, get a secure job. Now let me ask you, is there anything like job security in this current world of ours? Not at all. So there is nothing like job security, and the greatest challenge with the E quadrant is that for most people, after working for more than 35 years, they always end up retiring into poverty. And you can see these are the list of people in this quadrant. And look at this guy here. Isn't it hardworking? It's hardworking. We call it the journey of the broke. Now, let's look at the S quadrant. As good as this quadrant is, as a matter of fact, any economy without a vibrant SME is a dead economy. But look at one of the challenges, for example. Number one challenge with the S quadrant, for example, is that you have to be physically present to make money as a small business owner. Okay, and because you have to be physically present, that means you need to work harder. Because you work so hard, you hardly even have time to go on vacations and all that. So if your challenge is time, the business we're about to introduce to you is going to give you a lot of time to go on vacations and all that. But the greatest challenge with the S quadrant, I find it quite hilarious anyway, you end up training your own competitors. Just the way you did not die with your former boss, the guys you've employed, you've invested in them 2 years, 3 years, one day they will say to you, oh boss, thank you for the knowledge you've impacted in us. We think it's high time we started our own small businesses. Now let me ask you all, what kind of business will they set up? Exactly the same thing like yours. And they have access to your database already. They start competing with you. Now look at the B quadrant. This is where the work lies, the B and I quadrant. And the people in this quadrant, they have 3 key elements that makes them wealthy. And I need us to pay close attention to this, because the business we have for you today is going to give you this key success factor of the rich people. Number one is that they build a system that makes them money without them being physically present. Now let me ask you, Aliko Dangote, for example, must he be physically present in any of his factory to make money? Not at all. Over the years, Aliko has been able to build a system for himself. And secondly, these people in this quadrant, they leverage. And what is leverage? Leverage simply means taking positive advantage of any opportunity that comes your way. For example, if your car has a flat tire, what will you do? You leverage your jack. If you don't have a jack, what will you do? You leverage the effort of people around you. And the people in this quadrant, they've learned the art of leveraging the effort of others to generate massive wealth for themselves. And thirdly, they build network. Very important. Nobody gets rich in this world through a unidirectional source of income. You need to diversify. And the people in this quadrant, they own their own network. Like Aliko, for example, has a network of factories. The business we have for you today is going to give you a system of your own that will make you money without you being physically present, teach you how to leverage, and of course, give you a network of your own. Look at this statement by Robert Kiyosaki, that the richest people in the world look for and build networks, while everyone else does what? Looks for work. Now let's do a quick reality check. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, a report of people retiring at the age of 45 who have worked for over 60 years, only 1% retire wealthy. That is in the US. Okay, you all agree with me that wealth is subjective. What is wealth to me might not be wealth to you. But Harvard Business School, for example, defines wealth as financial survivability. Let's say, for example, all you have in your account is about 100,000 naira, or your savings. And what keeps your current status every month is 10,000 naira. Okay, God forbid, let's say you report at work and they say to you, oh, sorry, your services are no longer needed. You know what that means? That means you are only 10 months wealthy. Okay, you can imagine. And look at this, 4% have just enough to get by. 3% are forced to continue work. Now let me ask you all, is it because they like to work? Not at all. It's simply because they never had a viable retirement plan. Now, if this is the only thing we are taking out of this presentation of ours today, I would like you to do this assessment when you get back to your comfort zone. Just pick a sheet of paper and a pen, and please do it confidentially. Encourage your spouses to do their own. Then you guys can compare notes at the end of the day. Just pick a sheet of paper and a pen, draw out 2 columns, and ask yourself this simple question: how financially stable am I? Now, list out all your assets on the left side of the column. Then on the right side, list out all your expenses. Okay, everything you spend money on, your liabilities, list them all out there. Now, I must say this to you: your car is not an asset, so you should not be on the asset column, except you are using that car for commercial purposes. Even the house you live in, if you are the owner of that house is not an asset, except you've rented out a part of that house that is giving you money on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. Okay, and I will encourage us to do this self-assessment before we say our night prayers, because you have to do a total. If for any reason your expenses are far more than your income, you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? That means you are living dangerously. I'm sorry, I did mine. When I did mine, I couldn't sleep for 3 nights, and I said to myself, wow, Abioye, if your cash flow continues this way, all those big dreams of yours will end up becoming fantasies. Luckily for me, I saw the fast track model, I keyed into it, and it has completely changed my world, just the way it's going to change somebody's world shortly after this presentation. Some of us, we are looking for job security. Now let me ask you all, is there anything like job security in this current world of ours? Not at all. Now look at this recent newspaper article. Okay, you cannot see this: downsizing in government. Okay, people losing jobs and all that. This is a great indication that there isn't anything like job security. What we need to do is we need to get ourselves secured. We need to look inward, okay, and ask ourselves, what can we really do to improve our cash flow? Now look at this. According to the United States National Center for Women and Retirement Research, it reported that as of 2000, women are expected to live 7 to 10 years longer than men, and they must provide for these extra years. Okay, now look at this again. 90% of women will have sole responsibilities for their finances within their lifetime. Yet, 79% of them have not planned for this. Look at this last point, they're very staggering. Of the elderly living in poverty, 3 out of 4 were women. And 80% of these women were not poor when their husbands were alive. Because typically when the breadwinner dies, it goes with the bread. Even when he left some bread for the woman, family members will come and hijack the bread from the woman. Some of them will erroneously conclude that it was only the man that worked for the bread. And the business we have for you today is what I call intellectual bread. Nobody can steal it away from you. Now let's move on very quickly. The question is, are you where you want to be in life? The first day I saw this very particular slide, it got me reflecting, and I reflected all day. And we can all internalize our responses. For me then, it was a capital no. Capital no. Now, some of us, we've worked so hard, climbing the ladder of success, trying to achieve our dreams and all that, And look at what Steve Covey is saying here. He said it does not matter how fast or how high you have climbed, but what matters is what your ladder is leaning on. So let me ask you all, what is your ladder leaning on? Okay. And Steve is saying that if you suddenly discover that your ladder is leaning on the wrong wall, will you like to continue climbing? Definitely. I'm sure none of us will want to. Now, what we have for you today is what has been adjourned as the world's greatest business opportunity by different reputable researchers, Harvard Business School inclusive. Now, in fast track, we'll say to you that the way forward is that we need to change our thought process. We need to change the way we think. Because if we keep thinking the same way, let me ask you, are you going to achieve a different result? Definitely no. So we say to you, get yourself a plan B with leverage. The richest people in the world, they all earn from leverage income. Okay, leverage income is residual. Now, for example, people in the E and S quadrant, they all earn from linear income. Linear income is an income that requires your physical effort. But the people in the B and I quadrant, the truly rich people, they earn from residual income, leverage income. Residual income is an income that comes to you without your necessary physical effort, but because of your investment, because of what you've done in time past. And the business we have for you today is going to give you massive residual income, and because that is really what we need to get really wealthy. Now, let's move on. Now, according to the Harvard Business School, Harvard says that the most successful technique for generating passive income has been found to rely on leveraging our social network. Okay, as I said to you earlier, leverage simply means taking positive advantage of any opportunity that comes your way. Now, what is social network? Okay, your social network simply are the people you know, your friends, your relatives, your professional contact. Now, Harvard is not saying that we need to start consciously come up with a technique whereby you can turn your social network into social capital. Now, look at this. Harvard said that we all use our social capital or social network in one way or the other, but do not all consciously exploit it. Now, if I walk up to you and I say, wow, I like what you are putting on, nice attire, who tailored it for you? Naturally, what will you say? Of course, you refer me to your tailor. Then I met with the tailor, pay the tailor. And who has benefited from that relationship? Your tailor, of course. Financially, your tailor. Passively, myself. Now, if you just say, okay, now I need to start consciously leveraging my social network. I need to start turning my social network into social capital. Okay, that is generating massive capital from your social network. Then you now call up your tailor and say, you know what, Hamzat, for every referral I give to you henceforth, you are going to give me a 20% commission. Of course, naturally, Hamzat might negotiate and might say, okay, 10%. Of course, you could be getting 10% from Hamzat, then we'll be referring more people to Hamzat. That means you are consciously exploiting your social capital. That is the next practice to generating massive income as very busy workplace professional. Now, for us in Fast Track, we've identified a reputable company where we can be buying our daily consumables, then referring our friends and relatives to them. I'm going to explain to you how that works very shortly, because I've said that the right utilization of your social network can provide you with an ideal plan B stream of income. That is a right, not a wrong utilization. Remember this statement by Robert Kiyosaki that the richest people in the world look for and build networks, while everyone else does what? Looks for work. That statement is about to make real sense to us now. Let's do a quick illustration how it works. Now, let's say this is Peter. Peter got to know about a company that makes bottled water, and the company says to Peter, Peter, drink this water. If you like it, refer your friends to buy from us, and we'll give you commission for doing that. And Peter decided to refer his policeman friend, for example. The policeman bought from the company, and Peter gets a commission. And Peter got very excited and said, wow, this is nice. And Peter said to the policeman, can you imagine, that company just paid me a commission for your purchases. And the policeman said, why not? Let me refer my another friend. The another guy bought from the company. The policeman gets a commission, and Peter also gets a commission from that also. And of course, potentially, the another guy could say, okay, let me refer the plumber in my office. The plumber made a purchase, the another guy gets a commission, the policeman gets a commission, and Peter also gets a commission from the plumber guy's purchase. Then Peter, being a smart businessman, decided, okay, let me refer the doctor friend. My doctor friend, for example, the doctor made a purchase from the company, Peter gets another stream of income, the doctor decides to refer the nurse colleague, the nurse decides to refer the patient, and everybody getting commission on their various points of referral. Okay, now let me ask you, of all these arrows you are looking at now, which is the most interesting of all the arrows? Of course, the one that goes to Peter. Now, can we still remember the three key attributes of those in the B and I column, the big business owners and the big investors? Okay, they have three key major success factors that generate them massive wealth. One is that they build systems. They have systems that make them money without them being physically present. Secondly, they leverage. And thirdly, they network. They build network. They own their own network. Now, let me ask you, when this plumber made a purchase from the company, was Peter there? Of course, Peter wasn't there. Did Peter make money from the guy's purchase? Of course, Peter made money. That simply means that Peter now has a system that makes him money without him being physically present. Now, let me ask you, has Peter leveraged his relationship between this policeman and this doctor or not? Of course, he has, because these two guys here, Peter might never meet them, but you always make money from their purchases from the company. Now let me ask you all, does Peter has a network or not? Of course, Peter does. That simply means that Peter is living the life of those in the B&I quadrant. Okay, now let me even ask you, how many times has Peter worked here? Twice. He referred the policeman and the doctor. Okay, but how many times has Peter made money? Over 6 times. Okay, see the power of networking if properly done. Let me even ask you the final question. Has anyone sold any product here? Definitely none. No one has sold any product. They all just bought directly from the company. Now let me show you the power of networking. Very, very profound. Now look at this. Let's say your first month, you join this business, okay, and one of your best friends joined you in the business. At the end of your first month, you have like 2 people in your network. Then your second month, 2 of you decide to bring one person to join this network. At the end of your second month, you have like 4 people. Then your third month, 4 of you decide to bring one person to join this network. You have about 8 people in your network. Okay. Now guess what? By your 4th month, 8 of you decide to bring one person to join this network of yours. You'll have had about 16 people in your network. And every month, everybody bringing one person to join this network of yours. Guess how many people you have had in your network after 12 months? Well over 4,000 people. Now let me ask you, this network of yours, how many times have you directly introduced people into this network? Exactly, 12 times. 12 times, but guess what? You'll be leveraging the activities of well over 4,000 people. And the beauty of the business we have for you today, these 4,000 people, they are not in any way enslaved to you, because this is not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is like this, okay, where you have a lot of people under, very few people on top. The people under are like enslaved to the oga at the top, okay. But what we have for you today is the opposite of the pyramid scheme. Okay, there is space for everyone to succeed on top. It's not a pyramid scheme at all. Now look at this statement by John Paul Getty, the first ever billionaire in the US. And this is exactly how the richest people in the world think. He said, I would rather choose to earn 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own personal effort. You can see the way the richest people think. If you all think this way, I can assure you that we will generate massive wealth for ourselves at record time. The concept we have for you today is going to pay you for knowing people. As a matter of fact, it's going to reward you faster for being good to people. Now, who is going to pay you for your social network? And that's where we come in. Remember at the beginning of the presentation, I said to you that we are a business club, okay, group of workplace professionals and entrepreneurs using our social capital for maximum reward. Okay, Fast Track as a club provides you with the structure, the strategy, and the system that enables you to succeed in networking. So when you think of Fast Track, think about our structure, our system, and most importantly, our strategy. Our strategy is our major success factor in Fast Track. We members of Fast Track will smile to our banks every month, courtesy of this strategy of ours, which we are about to unveil to you. Now, what we've done is that we've identified a reputable company. Okay, we are partnering with this company with our business model, especially for you to improve your cash flow. Now, let's move on. What Fast Track has done is that when it became so clear to us that the future lies in networking, we sampled all the network marketing companies. Only one American-based company stood out. But we're not satisfied. There is this research done by the Harvard Business School, for example, of the top 10 network marketing companies in the world. And I encourage us to Google this right after this presentation. Okay, this same company was on the top 10 and is still a member of the top 10. And according to the survey says that this company has the most generous reward scheme in the industry. The most generous reward scheme in the industry. Now, what we have for you today is a new way of doing something very, very old. Because by the time I reveal the company to you shortly, some of us watching me right away, you might even add a good smile or even laughter. Okay, oh, Abioye, is it not the same company we've all known? As a matter of fact, I have the company's products in my home. Okay, but most of us, we never knew that we could generate massive fortune from this company. Now, let me ask you, is anybody watching me that has never heard of Forever Living Product before? Of course, virtually all of us. Forever Living Product. Now, everything you've heard of this company, everything you might know, or everything you might have done with this company, please keep it here. Okay, keep it here. Don't throw it away. It's too early to do that. Now, what I'm about to say to you, what we in Fast Track, what we do with this company, keep it here. Okay, then after this presentation, do a comparison. Okay, then you can make an informed decision thereafter if it makes sense to you. Different surveys, different researches have been done about this company and revealed that this company has the most generous reward scheme in the industry. Now, before I proceed, I need to make this clarification. There is a gross difference between Fast Track and Forever Living Product. Fast Track, we are just a group of professionals, okay, with quality social network. We're looking for who to partner with. Then we spotted Forever Living Products. Okay, why? For two reasons. Because their products are of the highest quality, and secondly, their reward scheme is the most generous in the industry. Forever Living Product has been existing for more than 35 years. They have never declared loss. So if you want to partner with any company, check out their credentials, check out their reputation, check out their financial record. Look at their financial record here. Okay, you can see in 2008, when the global recession was at its peak, they still made a whopping 2.5 billion United States of American dollars. You can imagine, this company is very strong. It's financially free. This company is a member of the $1 billion club. It's the largest private company in the US, the sixth growing private company in America. They have presence in over 152 countries, and they own all their headquarters. Now, we need to show you the reward scheme. There are 4 major reward schemes so that you can see what you stand to gain by partnering with the company. Now, to present the reward scheme to us, okay, I would like to invite Mrs. Ugo Okere to present the Forever Living Product reward scheme. Thank you. I'll be back.
Hello, my name is Ugo Okere. The reward scheme is divided into 4. So I'm going to be showing you through. Okay, so the first thing that you start getting from this business is called a monthly bonus. Okay, so it can be as low as 5K, 1,000 naira, to as much as 1 million within your first 1 year of doing the business, to much more than 5 million plus within your, let me say, maybe 3 to 4 years or so. So let me show you our first 1 year, myself and my husband. Okay, so the first month that we came into the business, we just made a purchase. The second month, they paid us what? 5K plus 1,000 naira. The second month, we found out that the person that invited us into the business, that was the enablers. They made like 189,000 within that month. So my husband was like, wow, is it the same business that we're talking about? He said, well, I've told you about the business and you have been traveling up and down. You're not serious. So my husband became more serious, right? And so he invited about 15 people to our home. Only 11 showed up. Out of that 11, 6 people signed up. So that's how we got 40K from the business. Okay, so you can see in the third month, what was that? 254,000 naira. What happened there? That power of duplication Abiye told you about. I'm sure he told you about that. The power of duplication started setting in. You can see 254. What happened there? Those 6 people that came into our team started bringing their own 5, 6 each. And we brought extra 3. Okay, so that's how we became managers in the business. And this is what takes people years to get to. Okay, so it's very significant. Our strategy is really working. And you can see subsequently, as the months rolled on, that power of duplication, you know. I want to show you something. In the 6th month, 400K. What happened there? It went down, isn't it? What I want to explain here is that it's a business. And like any kind of business, there are ups and downs. Even in the businesses that you do. But is it not a good down? 400K is no joke. I will tell you that in 1 year of doing this business, we made over 6 million. And this is just for Nigeria alone, okay? Because I still have businesses in some other parts of the world. Now let me show you some other sample earnings. The second one I'm going to show you is the enablers, okay? The people that invited us into the business. You can see the first month they made 32K, okay? So they were much serious. Instead of inviting people immediately. Now please look at the screen. It shows Forever. Yes, Forever is the one paying, not Fast Track. Fast Track is just a strategy club. Okay, but the person that you have contract with, or the company that you have contract with, is Forever. So they are the ones that pay us. Okay, so the second month it went up to 89. Okay, Yeah, I would say in the 5th month of them doing this business, they started making 1 million plus. You can see that. Okay. So let me talk about the second reward scheme. The second reward scheme is what? Earned incentive. We call it earned incentive. So most Nigerians actually get, cars with their earned incentive. Okay, so you can get anything you want. You can get a car, you can get, like our uplines, 2 generations up, they actually got a huge generator. But most Nigerians love cars. Okay, and these cars are not branded. That's one good, exciting thing about it. So you can drive your car without bothering about all those. Okay. Now, we got our car within our first 1 year of doing the business. And in Fast Track, one of our goals is to have a brand new car within our first 1 year. And many of us are getting there. Okay. So we had our car in 2011. That was our first car. Okay. So let's move on. Now, this is Dr. Ben that also got a brand new car. Okay, so these are some other pictures of people that have actually gotten cars from this business. I don't even have everybody's pictures. People doing so well. You have the Jocks, Lemmy. You even have Rookie Blue in Warri. I don't have her picture here. So a lot of people are doing so well in this business. This is Abioye's car, the one that, my colleague that gave you the presentation. He too got a brand new car from this business. That's him and his wife. But the most important thing here is that you watching me right now can actually get a brand new car of your own. You just need to come on board, and start off diligently. Okay? Now let me show you the third reward scheme. The third reward scheme is the vacations. That's why I have I'm in the vacation mode right now. Okay? Vacations, all expense paid. Ticket for 2. If you don't have a wife, you better borrow one, because you cannot enjoy these trips alone. Okay? So these are some of the pictures. Yeah. These are some men in our club. Some people have this, I don't know what to say. They have this belief that it's just for women, that the business is just for women. I will tell you that is not right. If you go to other parts of the world, there are many men in this business, so it's not just for women. This was the Arabian ship cruise. It was really nice. I've never gone on a ship cruise, so this was my first time in December of 2011. Okay, this ship actually housed about more than 3,000 of us, but we're hoping that the Titanic doesn't happen, because absolutely lovely, very, very lovely. These are some of the pictures. We also went to South Africa in June of 2012. I've never been to South Africa as well. I never knew that South Africa was cold. That picture there shows that we're having a bonfire night. Really interesting stuff. Let me tell you something. These vacations are just amazing. Now, going to the village is not a vacation. Please, come into this business and you see what vacation is all about. It's not like you going to maybe Europe or let me say UK and then spending time in your maybe relative's home. If you misbehave, what do? They turn down the heater so they can be cold, freezing cold. This one, you really relax. It's not like going to Dubai and say you're going for vacation, but meanwhile you're going for business. No, this one you're meant to relax. Have quality time with your spouse. That is what this is all about. So let's look at some of these pictures here. There's one here that is called the Palace of the Lost City. We actually went there to South Africa. Palace of the Lost City is said to be, I don't know how to describe that place. I mean, we were in about 11 buses from Nigeria alone. This is part of the palace. Some of us were opportune to go to Europe. It was an European Mediterranean ship cruise. Abioye was able to go for that. You can see we're having fun times here. Those are some of the pictures. Let's move on. The fourth reward scheme is something that is really important to us because our eyes are focused there. There's a lot of money to be made in this fourth reward scheme, and that is the profit share. Now, what the company does is that every year it shares its profit. Okay, so 53%, that's significant. But in addition to this 53%, the CEO of the company, Rex Moore, has actually taken from his own pocket, dipped right into the profit share. It can be huge, I'm telling you. So let's look at some profit share that has been gotten from some of our members. I just put a few of them. So you see this lady, her name is Kike Lomo. She's doing very well in the business. Okay, she makes like 9-10 million monthly. Okay, please, any of these numbers that I'm calling, if it doesn't make sense to you, just allow it to pass. But I'm telling you, these things are real. I've seen them with my eyes. So this lady makes like 9-10 million monthly. You can see her profit share. What do you see there? $279,000. Can be huge. Now look at this next one here. These are maybe 2 generations up. The Lawanis, they stay in Lagos. You can see that $24,000 US. The first profit share they ever got was 4,000. Okay, so this was a little higher. They're doing so well. They make like 3-4 million monthly. And they're just babies too in the business. So we find out that with our strategy, people are getting into this bracket sooner. See the other one here, John and Justina Ekbergen. They're the #1 in Africa as a whole, not only in Nigeria, Africa. Please, can you read out the number you see there? $336,000 US. US of A, not Zimbabwe dollars. This can be huge. Now this guy, him and the wife, they actually make like 11-12 million monthly. I'm not kidding. 11-12 million monthly. They are now double diamonds. No joke. Doing very well in the business. Now this is yours truly. We also were able to get the profit share. Looks small, huh? $5,000. But it's very significant. What we have found out is that most of us fast trackers have started getting into this pool because of the strategy that we're using. And we believe that it will be much more because they have actually changed the profit share now. So it's no longer regional profit, it's now global.
Now that we've seen the reward scheme of Forever Living product, I'm sure most of us were wondering already, how can I get that kind of monthly bonus for up to $1 million after 12 months in the business? How can I get a brand new car? How can I go on those international vacations? And most importantly, how can I share from the profit of the company? Now, traditionally, these are businesses are done, where it moves from the factory before it gets towards the final consumer. This product moves through the hands of the middlemen. Okay, and for example, research has shown us that Coca-Cola costs about 16 naira from the factory. But how much do you buy Coca-Cola now? At least average of 18 naira. What has happened to the difference between 16 naira and 18 naira? It has gone into the hands of these middlemen. Now, but who pay the price? We, the final consumer, pay the price. We bear the burden. But there is a proven way of transaction through networking. Why a company will say to you, why don't you come and buy directly from us? They refer your social capital, your social network to buy directly from us. Now the money we also have given to the middlemen, we give you bulk of the money as commission. Whereby we cut off the middlemen. Now for us in Fast Track, we've identified Forever Living product. We now say, okay, we can now start buying our daily consumables from them. Okay, we've changed our brand. Now, people that are not making good money from the business, this is what they are doing. Number one, they attempt selling the product. Okay, with the intent of building a fortune. Please don't get us wrong. There is never a crime to sell. But you can't sell and have the intent of building a fortune in the process. Not at all. For us in Fast Track, we don't focus on buying and selling. For example, I've been in this business for about 16 months now. I've not sold one single Forever Living product. Now, and selling product can consume significant time and energy. So people retailing this product, these are some of the challenges they face. And it can take well over 1 year to make good money without the right strategy. And one mistake they make again is that they work alone. Okay, they don't work in a team like the way we do in Fast Track. Nobody gets rich alone. For you to be wealthy, you need to set up a team. You need to work in a team. And that is the beauty of Fast Track. We work as a big team in Fast Track. Now, here is a slide I saw that changed my life. And now, our strategy is based on a concept called brand switch. Can I hear you echo it? Brand switch. Now, let me ask you, do you use roll-on? Of course, we do it. Do you use perfume? You use perfume. Tooth gel? Of course, we use tooth gel. Okay, color cosmetic for women? Of course, we do. Now, let me ask you, all these companies you've been patronizing, have they ever paid you commission for using their product? Of course, it's always a no. I used to be crazy about a particular brand of perf, but this company never paid me commission for once for using their products. But now I joyfully use the 25th edition perf for Man, now in fast track, this is the deal. We say to you, why don't you change your brand and start using this forever living product, okay, and get paid for it? Now, gather your friends, your social network together and show them the business opportunity in brand switch. As your friends are changing their brands, forever living product pays you a commission. Okay, as your friends are getting their own friends to change their brands, you also get a commission from that. Now, look at this. People that focus on buying and selling, for example, their network is product-based. They are the only vibrant entity in their network. The month they are not able to sell, that means their income will drop drastically that month. But for us in Fast Track, our network is people-based. Why? Because wealth lies in people. In practical time, this is what we do. We call it the BUSI model. Okay. In practical time, this is what we do. We buy the product, we use the product, we share the product and the opportunity strategically, then we now invite. In Fast Track, I will say to you, just invite. Do not convince. Please don't leave this presentation, then get so excited and go back to your offices or to your home and say to your friends, oh, guess what? There is a better way of making good money from FL. Before you even say the P, they will run away from you. You know why? They will say to you, oh, we don't have time for buying and selling. You do everything to convince them that it's not about buying and selling. They will not listen to you. You've lost them. And mind you again, you know your friends are very intelligent people. They might ask you some questions. You might not be able to answer them. Not because you are not intelligent yourself. It's simply because the business is still new to you. Okay, and once you are not able to answer that question effectively, that means you've lost them. So in Fast Track, we'll say to you, just invite, let us present on your behalf. And Fast Track has taken away the two most difficult aspects of networking, selling and convincing, or you call it marketing. Okay, so all you just need to do is change your brands, use the product, then invite, and let us present the opportunity on your behalf. And Fast Track has presentations in many cities where we have teams. All you just need to do is to come on board, then start inviting. Another success factor in Fast Track is our chatting system, which is based on first come, first serve. Look at this slide. This slide also explains why some people also failed, apart from buying and selling from the business. Okay, let me do a quick illustration. Let's say this guy, he goes to know about forever living products, and he ran presentation to about 10 of his friends, and 6 out of 10 were very happy. They were ready to join the business, and they just rushed him that, sir, we would like to join your business network. You know what he would do typically? He will sign the whole 6 people directly to himself. Okay. Now let me ask you, if things end up like this at the end of the month, how many people will receive good income? Of course, just one. Just him will receive good income. And these 6 people here, they will all rush to him, you know. And guess what? He can't really support them. And he decide, he will just say to them, oh, am I forever living product? You used to go and run your presentations just the way I did mine. And before him, they will start dropping from the chart. As they are dropping, you know what they will do? They will go about to badmouth the network industry. And they will say to all their friends, wow, those people, they will sweet talk you, get you to sign up, and they will abandon you. Now let me ask you, have they lied? Of course they've not lied. For us in Fast Track, we didn't just rush into networking. We did our thorough research, and our research reveals to us that any network that grows horizontally like this will crash. It's just a function of time. So for us in Fast Track, this is what we do, how we do our chatting. We call it the team building chatting. Okay, let's say this is you here, a Fast Track member. Then the first thing we encourage you to do is to prepare a contact list. Very important. Please don't start this business until you prepare a contact list. And it's so simple. Just pick your phone, go to your contact A to Z, start writing out the names of your friends that have the capacity to do the business with you. Then after you've done that, do what we call a business launch. A business launch is just a seminar strictly for your own friends. You could do it in your home or any of our facilities. Okay. Then after your business launch, the first 2 people that come on board and say, wow, we are ready to sign up. The first 2 people, you sign them directly to yourself. Okay. Then the third person, you use the third person to support the first person. Then you now use the fourth person to support the second person. Now let me ask you, if things end up like this at the end of the month, how many people will receive good income? At least these 3 people will receive good income. Now let me ask you, these 2 guys here, have they worked? Of course they've not worked. Have they been supported? Of course, yes, they've been supported. Have they earned? They've earned. What will happen to their morale? Naturally, it will be boosted. Then you cannot mentor these 2 people that, oh, you know, I just supported with Peter and Ada. Make sure you support them once you are doing your own business launches too. And you let them see the big picture that these 2 guys here are already part and parcel of their network. If these 2 people succeed, they too will also succeed. They too will support these 2 guys. Then you can now open a third and a fourth line and do the support structure. Now let me ask you, is there a difference between this charting and the previous one I showed us? Of course, a gross difference. And if you do your charting like this, you'll be building a network of highly motivated people, and after 1 year, your network will be as robust as this. But guess what? These are the few people you've introduced into the business. Now let's move on. Now, how do we start the business? And before we even move to how we start the business, some of us could say, you know what, Abioye, I'm very conservative. I really don't know people. But let me say to you, we all know people. We all have friends. We all have neighbors. We all have our colleagues, professional contact. Very important. This has really worked magic for me. So we all know people. As a matter of fact, you can even introduce strangers into your network. Very powerful. I have a lot of people that I never met. I never knew them before. But in the course of this business, I may be at the airport waiting to catch my flight, and I got them to join the business. So the market is so wide for us. Here is a marketing plan of Forever Living product, and this is going to explain your financial growth in this business. Now, people that focus on buying and selling, they start this business as new distributors, okay, whereby all you just need to do is to buy the product, retail the product, and you rely strictly on retail profit. So that means you need to buy and sell. But for us in Fast Track, we don't reckon with this, actually. We encourage you to start this business as assistant supervisors, whereby you buy product in bulk that will give you 5 points. Invariably, that means you need 150,000 naira. Of course, somebody could say to me, wow, Abioye, 150,000 naira to buy product, that is a whole lot of money. Of course, I agree with you, it's a lot of money, but this is not about buying product. This is about starting up a business, starting up your own system and building a fortune for yourself. Okay, so I would like you to look at your 150K from a strict business angle. Now, so once you buy, for example, registration is free. Don't get it wrong. Registration is free, but you are using your money to buy products to activate. And the beauty of the business is that you are going to select bulk of this product. Your friends that is showing you this opportunity will give you the product list. Then you will carefully select the product that you need yourself, members of your family. So that is how it works. So once you achieve that, you become an assistant supervisor, then you are entitled to 5% commission. So at this point, you can buy and retail if you want, and you can also sign up people. But we encourage you to focus on the networking aspect of build a network, sign up people. Okay, then you are entitled to 5% commission, and this your 5% commission starts from your very first month, and your income potential is between 5,000 naira and 25,000 naira. Now, your next target is to become a supervisor. So that simply means that you need to generate 25 points. You need to accumulate 25 points. Now, let me ask you, if you came on board at this 5 points here, okay, and all your friends are joining you in the business, how many people do you need to sign up to have 25 points? That means you need 4 people. So once you sign up, your first target is to have your first 4 business partners. They are not your employees. Everybody is the MD and CEO of his network. This is not a pyramid scheme. So, and the best way of getting your first 4 people to join you in this business, please don't try to do it on your own. Okay, we know you know your friends, they know you, they like you. But let us present the opportunity on your behalf at this very early stage. So all you just need to do is just conduct a business launch, invite us to your home, let's make this presentation for you. Then after this presentation, our research has shown that if 10 to 20 of your friends are seated, at least 4 of them will eventually join you in the business. So by the time you have your first 4 people, so 4 times 5 will give us 20. 20 plus 5 will give us 25. You see the way it works? So then you become a supervisor, then your percentage will move from 5 to 8%. Okay, that means anybody you are signing up directly under you, the company gives you 8% commission. Okay, and any product you are buying from the company, you also get 8% commission. And your income potential is between 20,000 naira and 75,000 naira. Now, your next target is to become an assistant manager, isn't it? Then ultimately become a manager. Now, this 5 entry point by Fast Track has been designed to help you become a recognized manager as fast as possible. Because in Fast Track, we realize that the most difficult part of this business is from this new distributor to becoming a manager. Once you're a manager, wow, you can achieve anything from this business. And your move up from one level to the other is based on a 1 month or 2 month window phase. That means you can become a manager in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It depends on how you build your network. Now, let me share with you a 2-month strategy to becoming a recognized manager without focusing on buying and selling those products. Your first month, we'll say to you, target becoming a supervisor. Your first month. That is having your first 4 people. And I've told you the best way of getting your 4 people. Please don't convince, just invite and let's present on your behalf. Okay. Then your second month, you give yourself 2 targets. Number 1 target is to help these 4 people in your network become supervisors like you. Then you give yourself a personal target of signing up at least 3 people in your second month. Now, when I say you should help these 4 people to becoming supervisor, I'm not saying that you start putting people under them. Not at all. Okay. In Fast Track, we always say this to our members: don't ever sign up your friends because you want to use your friends to achieve your target. Not at all. Sign them up because you truly want to help them to succeed. And once they are succeeding, naturally you will succeed. Now see the way it works. When I say you should help these 4 people to become supervisors like you, what I'm just saying is that you teach them exactly what you did that made them to sign up. You explain to them that they need to prepare a contact list. They shouldn't convince anybody. They should gather their friends together. That you get them a presenter. Okay, they will come and present on their behalf. By the time they do exactly what you've done, they have their own 4 people. They will become supervisors like you. Okay, that means your network now has 4 people. 4 times 4 will give us 16 people. Now 16 times 5, the entering points will give us 80 points. Guess what? All the point that is taking these your team members to supervisors, everything is counting for you. Because FF people say, without you, these 4 people will have existed. You can see that it's actually in our interest to help them to achieve their immediate targets so that you can achieve your own other targets. So 80 points from your team building activity plus you already accumulated 25 points will give us 105. And we are looking for how many points here? 120. Okay, now 105 minus 120, that is, we need 15 more points, isn't it? Now let me ask you, if all your friends are joining at 5 points, how many people do you need to get 15 points? 3, which is that your personal target. So as these your team members are doing their business launches in the second month, you could even decide to do another business launch or invite more people to our presentation, get us to present on your behalf. Then you get your 3 people, then 3 plus, that is 15, give you 15 points, 15 plus 105, that gives 120. Then you become a recognized manager. Then your percentage will move from 5 to a whopping 18%. That means anybody you are signing up directly to yourself, the company gives you a whopping 18% commission. Any product you are buying from the company, you also get 18% commission. And your income potential is between 150 to 250 plus. Now, once you become a manager, in Fast Track, we'll say to you, congrats. The business is just about to begin for you. Because look at this. Look at the second phase of the business. Once you have 2 managers directly under you, you become a senior manager. Then your income potential will be between 500 and $1 million monthly. Okay, and remember that those first 2 people that join your network, they have their own aspirations of becoming managers too. So all you just need to do is just support them, okay, towards the process of them achieving their own target. Then by the time you have 5 people directly under you becoming manager, you become a soaring manager. Then you enter the millionaires club, start earning in the range of 1.5 million naira. Now, if you have 9 managers directly under you, you become a sapphire manager. Then you start earning in the range of 2.5 million. If you have 17 managers directly under you, you become a diamond sapphire. Then you start earning in the range of over 4 million naira monthly, not cumulatively. And here, ultimate, once you have 25 managers directly under you, then of course you could become a diamond manager that start earning well over 5 million naira monthly. In Fast Track, we call our strategy the 4-year financial freedom plan. We believe that if you vigorously build your network, after 4 years, you could become a diamond manager. Okay, you could, because we have a lot of people becoming senior managers in 4 months, 6 months, 7 months. It depends on how you build your network. For example, I became a senior manager in 6 months without retailing any of those. And I've not even retailed the product yet. Okay, and all I've been doing is to leverage my quality social network. Now, here is the summary slide for the marketing plan. Okay, your startup capital is 150,000 naira. Then attend our initial planning meeting. Very important. Please don't allow your friend to be at peace until your friend conducts an initial planning meeting with you and brings you to our training session. They are absolutely free for you. Just under 1 hour, we will teach you practical steps you need to take to build a very strong network. Not just strong, a very strong and sustainable network. And of course, most importantly, get people to presentation, because that is where the million lies. Okay, the more people you invite for a presentation, the higher your chances of getting people to join your network, and of course building a strong network. And for the purpose of full disclosure, you are expected to buy at least 30,000 naira worth of products every month for you to be active. Not to worry about this, okay? It's nothing complicated at all. Remember, our strategy is about brand switching. If you have truthfully changed your brands, all you just need to do every month is to pick your 30K, okay, and select product to replace what you've been spending money on. All those soap, personal care items, toiletries, and all that. So that is where it works. And if you carefully build your network, after 3, 4, 5 months, guess what? You could stop using your money to buy those products. Since I became a manager, for example, November 2011, I've not used my money to buy those FLP products. You know what I do? I just wait for my alert to come, pick from my alert, okay? Then I buy my monthly requirements. Sometimes I even buy more than 30,000 naira. And as you all agree with me, this is a business, okay? And we need to treat it as one. Every business has its own running cost. And I see this 30K as a running cost for my network. Okay, and the beauty of this running cost is that I consume it, and the company pays me 18% commission for every 30K worth of product I buy. So focus on building your network. Don't worry about this requirement, 1cc activity every month. Just focus on building your network. Then subsequently, your network will fund the running of your business, and you'll be shocked how much of a fortune you can build in the process. And of course, you buy your product, you select the products you want, then you position yourself into the fast track network. Look at this lady, Choma. She joined this business as a copper. Now she's doing very, very well in the business. Here is Dr. Ugonebele. We showed you our income much earlier. Look at one of our members here in Warri, Oboko, F organizer. You can see anybody can succeed with this model, any smart individual. Okay, he didn't just become a manager, he also got a brand new car from the business. Look at this picture, very interesting. The highest earner in Africa, John Operege, they gave us this picture. This was how they were looking before the business. You can see their credentials. You can see the wife credentials. Have they not tried? Of course, they've tried. But look at them now. Levels has done what? Of course, Levels has changed. You can see how this business can really transform one's life. Okay, and that is the beauty of the business. Now, most of us, we are wondering already, what am I using my money to buy? Okay, what 150K? I would like to invite Mrs. Okere once again to introduce us to the Forever Living product so that you can see what you use your money to buy. And the beauty of this business is that once you use this product she's about to show you, your health will improve. And in the process also, by showing the opportunity to people, your cash flow will also improve. Thank you so very much.
Hello, it's me again. I'm going to be talking about the product. Now, Forever Living Products is vertically integrated, and what that means is that they handle everything from the raw materials right down to the finished products. It's a natural cleanser, it detoxifies and all that. This company has well over 300 products, so there's something you would like here. The drinks are their top selling products. So the one, the gel, really, really good product. What it does is cleanses your system. Things like heartburn, ulcers, constipation. You can't go wrong with using that product. Then you have the bits and peaches. What they did was to put a little bit of peaches. You know, peaches is like fruits. Now, Forever Freedom is another juice. Okay, it has this orange flavor to it. What it does, it helps with joints. You know, things like joint pain. Then you have aloe berry nectar. Very good for the digestive system. Things like UTIs, urinary tract infections, toilet infections, all those. It will help you for men, women. Like even your children, you know, for our children, sometimes they go to school, you don't know the kind of toilets that they sit on, and sometimes they, you know, keep on complaining about that area. Use these products to help. Pumice power, very powerful. Now, what they did was to put about 5 known ingredients or 5 known fruits that have very powerful antioxidants. What it does is that it helps or fights free radicals that cause cancer. Okay, it's also anti-aging as well. Now, Fab is an energy drink. It gives you instant energy and a sustainable one. It doesn't have caffeine or alcohol. So our Muslim brothers can readily take it. Then the one in the middle, Forever Aloe to Go, is a mixture of the gel and the pumice power. So put together, you can take it to work. So you have more products here. The skincare range. There's this one that's called Aloe Fleur the Javons, really good. Women love it. So it helps to retain, restore, and yeah, really good stuff for the women. You have the R factor to prevent early wrinkles. For most of us, when we use all these chemicals that we have in the market, they actually cause early wrinkles. This can help. Then you have moisturizing lotion. You have a lot of things. Now, the color cosmetics, do I need to explain that one? You can see it on the screen. But they are so good. It's just like putting food to your face. So even if you ingest it, no problem. Then you have the personal care items. You have the soap, multi-purpose detergents you can actually use to clean your towels, wash your car, wash your clothes. The Forever Bright is the toothpaste. It prevents gingivitis, or if you have gingivitis already. Then bleeding gums, sensitive teeth, mouth odor. This will help. Now the nutritional supplements. Now all these things I'm going to be talking about, I want you to pay attention. They are not meant to replace whatever you're taking. If you're on high blood pressure medication and all that, do not stop what you're taking. These are just meant to be supplements, food supplements. The one that they call Agi Plus. There is this ingredient in there that is called L-arginine. There's a scientist that won a Nobel Prize based on that ingredient. That is what they put into this Agi Plus. It's so good. It helps to dilate your blood vessels, and allow blood to flow easily. You have the cardio health, very good for good heart health, even good to reduce your high blood pressure. Honey, instead of taking sugar, please take the honey, Then you have Pro 6 for the men. I advise anybody above 35 to take the Pro 6. So it prevents prostate cancer, prostate enlargement, and all that. Then Multimaca is a sexual libido supplement. So instead of just Viagra helping for the men, this one can actually help for the women and the men as well. And it's purely organic. Okay. And for the men that have infertility problems, you can actually use it. There's a whole regimen you can use that can actually increase your sperm count. Really, really fascinating stuff. So if you want to have more information on some of these products, I advise you to go to the website www.foreverliving.com. You can find most of these supplements here. All you need to do is just to click and it will give you more information. The big picture. Now behind these products that I've mentioned is a huge business. And what really is the company saying? Buy these products, use it, and get others to do the same. Now when you get others to do the same, you'll be paid handsomely. It can be really, really outstanding. Now look at my screen. What were your dreams again? The current job that you have right now, that plan A that you have, will it be able to get you to achieve those dreams you've always had? For most of us when we were growing up, we had all these dreams, these fantastic dreams. Now, as we're getting older and older, we started slashing those dreams. Why? Because we can't reach it. It was just not within reach. And I tell you, there's no need to slash those dreams. You can actually achieve it all with this business.
Guess what? Your network can be inherited by your children. This is my own greatest motivation with this business. Once you become a manager, the business becomes an asset. That simply means that you can will it to anybody as you want, and your reward is based on group effort. Please, once you start building your network, work very closely with your team members, and you can grow your network in over 150 countries. Isn't that wonderful?
Your dreams are achievable. They are not impossible. For me, I'm actually living some of my dreams. I still have more dreams. Okay, so join us. Join the fast track winning team. Registration is free, but in order to activate your registration, you need to make a purchase.
As I said earlier, the benefit of this business is dual. If you use those products, your health will improve, and of course, your cash flow will also improve in the process. And guess what? Residual income for life.
Join us. Have a planning meeting, and you're ready to go and build yourself a fortune. See you at the top. Thank you.